We do stay in Europe next and move to a related development where NATO has released new footage showing French Rafale fighter jets patrolling Polish skies under the alliance's ongoing Eastern Sentry mission. The operation was launched to strengthen defences along Europe's eastern flank in direct response to Russian drone incursions into Polish airspace. On Saturday, both Polish and Allied aircraft were deployed following Russian airstrikes that struck near the Polish border, raising fresh security concerns in the region. The Polish military confirmed the joint response aimed at safeguarding national airspace. Meanwhile, Estonia has accused Russia of brazen airspace violations, claiming that 3 Russian military jets entered NATO airspace for 12 minutes, an incident that the Estonian government has called unprecedented. NATO confirmed participation in Eastern Sentry includes 2 F-16S and a Danish frigate, 3 French Rafales, and 4 German Eurofighters, forming a multinational air defence effort across Eastern Europe. Let's listen in to what the French Air Force pilot, Major Victor, had to say.
Quick reaction alert. It means that we are ready 24/7 to take off on demand. The demand comes from the chain of command of the NATO, and we are able, when necessary, to take off and be ready for any mission.
Okay, we're now joined by Dr. Satoru Nagao. He is a fellow at the Hudson Institute, and he joins us live from Tokyo, Japan, to discuss the ongoing situation in Eastern Europe a little further. Dr. Nagao, thank you very much for joining us. Of course, Operation Eastern Sentry was launched after Russian drones entered Polish airspace 19 times in a single evening. Another instance followed after that and into Romanian airspace, and we have of course seen today where jets entered Estonian airspace. Dr. Nagao, how significant is NATO's Eastern Sentry mission in terms of deterring further Russian incursions like the ones I've just mentioned?
Russia is intensifying the provocation against NATO because Russia does not afraid NATO. So Russia says the NATO expanding, NATO is threat, and this is a reason to invade Ukraine, and something like that. But the reality is Russia know the NATO will not attack Russia, and that's why Russia is intensifying the provocation against NATO as a stress test. So making pressure to NATO, you cannot do anything, something like that. So as a response, NATO tried to strengthen defense line by deploying the fighter jet, naval ship. So that is currently they are responding against Russia's provocation. But at the same time, if Russia continue to provoke NATO, NATO need to think something more stronger reaction to the Russia. And if the NATO can do such kind of the retaliation style provocation, in this case, it is a good message to deter Russia's aggression, I believe, but at the same time, can NATO do that or not is the matter just now. So currently, NATO's reaction is quite defensive, I think, because deploying the fighter jet, naval ship, this is defensive action and try to avoid the escalation. So this is responsible action, I think.
Dr. Nagao, this was obviously a provocation from Moscow, all 3 times that this has occurred. How do you think that Moscow has sat there and analysed NATO's response to this?
I think Russia does not think that something retaliation has happened from NATO side. For example, the 90 times the drone enter. So NATO side can send the drone to enter the Russia's territorial area 90 times is possible. But at the same time, it hasn't happened because the responsible country should not do such kind of things the NATO think just now. But that is the reason Russia do not afraid to intensify their provocations. So Romania and Estonia, one by one, they are stepping up. So view from Russia, NATO's stance is very weak. If the Russia is NATO, they can do that. But current NATO cannot do that, Russia think. That's why Russia do not afraid to escalate the provocation, I think.
Yes, Dr. Nagao, thank you very much for joining us. Please stay with us. But we do move on and over to our next story, where an elderly British couple, Peter and Barbie Reynolds,